Oh my God. I mean, those of us who have spent our lifetime, kind of decades working in and around in HHS, I'm not kidding, Nicole, my texts are flying off the chain, both Democrats and Republicans saying, this can't be real. Someone must have gotten this wrong. This can't be possible. And now the second underlying chain, there's some silver linings. The second thought I had is, he can't get confirmed, can he? But
Donald Trump has been appointing the most OP people for his cabinet. We got Elon Musk and Vivek as the Department of Government Efficiency. Like, oh my gosh, we're about to see some cuts in the government. And we're so excited because our tax dollars are being misused so horrendously. We got Matt Gaetz as the Attorney General. People are getting hot about that because, you know, he's about to rule with an iron fist in a good way, not in a bad way, making sure that things are being done properly. So we're really excited about that. Tulsi Gabbard, so many people. And then now we have Robert Kennedy Jr., Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's been appointed the Secretary of Health and Human Services as the head of that. And there's a lot of opinions and thoughts on it. We all know that our health in America has gone, I think we're the most obese nation in the world. And it's just like the things that are in our food are banned in other countries. So this is something that RFK has been talking about for a while. He's probably the most ripped 70-year-old on the face of the planet. Like, he looks better than me. I'm really excited for this new pick. And we're going to get into some crazy things that people say, not crazy things, just things people say that put some sort of doubt in the American people if they're watching and believed it. But we all know that we're not living in a society that prioritizes our health. And so I'm super happy that he's focusing on that. But before we get into that, make sure that you are subscribed to Our Team News so you can hear some more of this amazing raw coverage that is completely uncensored and completely unbiased because we're just telling you what's happening in the news. Obviously, I will tell you my bias, but it's just going to be an objective analyzation of what's going on in the world. So without further ado, let's look at Donald Trump's announcement on RFK. I am thrilled to announce Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as the United States Secretary of Health and Human Services. For too long, Americans have been crushed by the industrial food complex and drug companies who have engaged in deception, misinformation, and disinformation when it comes to public health. The safety and health of all Americans is an important role of any administration, and HHS will play a big role in helping ensure that everybody will be protected from harmful chemicals, pollutants, pesticides, and pharmaceutical products and food additives that have been contributed to the overwhelming health crisis in this country. Mr. Kennedy will restore these agencies to the traditions of the gold standard scientific research and beacons of transparency to end the chronic disease epidemic and to make America great and healthy again. Which is something that we should all be wanting, right? Like, we should all want America to be healthy. And it hasn't been. Like I said, we're the most obese nation in the world. And it's actually a terrifying thought that no one in the health industry or the people that was head of the HHS before, which homie was not healthy, they're not prioritizing making sure that the additives and chemicals and drugs are not being funneled into our country and consumed by the American people. That's a terrifying thought that we're just putting things that are bad for us in our body. And this is something that RFK has been so vehemently against for a long time. And then you look at him as an example, as an individual who's 70 years old. He's out here doing muscle ups. I saw a video the other day, homie was literally just pulling himself up. I'm like, dude, you're 70. Like I told you, I'm no small fry, you know? I'm 29 years old, but I don't think I can do the things RFK can do. And he's 70 years old. So that's something I'm really looking forward to in this new administration. You don't know how excited I am, man. It almost feels like a dream. I cannot believe not only that he won, but that he's doing all these amazing things like Department of Government Efficiency. Are you kidding me? Because they're not efficient. Where's our money going? Why is it going there? Oh, man. I'm so excited and ready for everything that this Trump cabinet is going to bring to America. And it really does feel like on a whole another scale that we're going to make America great again and make America healthy again. So let's get into some of these videos. We got RFK having some words about how he feels about what's coming up. I don't even recall if this is before or after being Trump winning the election, but he has been wanting to make a change in the health industry. And so let's take a look at what he has to say.
Since 2005, I spend 30 minutes praying every day when I get out of bed. And my prayer is this: I asked God for 19 years to put me in a position where I could end the chronic disease epidemic and bring health back to our children. And in August, God sent me Donald Trump.
Man, somebody that actually wants to help the chronic disease. You guys know, and I didn't know this, and I'm not like a expert in this area, but like it's weird how like cancer and all these diseases, chronic diseases, and all these things that have sicknesses and illnesses are all just like so much more popularized in this day and age. It's something that's affecting a lot more Americans and individuals than they had in times past. It's not a coincidence that the food has been ultra processed and that they're putting things in our food, additives, chemicals, red dye, whatever it is, to make our food less healthy and more harmful to our bodies. And so the fact that he's in charge of this and wanting to make substantive change is a good thing. It's like, why has no one done this before? Why is no one prioritizing the health of Americans? Why would you not want to make sure people can live as long as possible? I mean, I do have my own thoughts on that, but we won't go into that on YouTube. So I'm really excited about this, but let's see what Jake Tapper and our friends at CNN have to say on this, because it's wonderful and well-informed and definitely encouraging and accepting the results of the election, accepting the appointees that Trump has picked. So let's get into this.
Clear of politics, but this really isn't about politics, because this is somebody who has been, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has been pushing quackery, who has been pushing lies, who has been pushing conspiracy theories.
Oh, yeah.
You've been talking to experts in the health community, the medical community, preparing for him, RFK Jr., to be given some sort of role in health. What have they said to you?
Well, it's not often that the entire medical and public health community is going to be in lockstep on something, but they're pretty close on this in terms of their significant concerns, horror even. Somebody said to me today, I can't think of any single individual who'd be more damaging to public health than RFK. Keep in mind, I think if the reporting's correct and the job is the Secretary of Health and Human Services, that comprises the CDC. We just got through this pandemic, comprises the FDA, comprises the NIH. He's talked about wanting to basically strip funding for infectious diseases overall. Again, just coming out of this pandemic with concerns about other viruses and things out there. The challenge, I think, is that at the same time, there is this whole idea that we're not a very healthy country.
We're not.
We spend $4.5 trillion on healthcare, and we have some of the worst outcomes in the developed world. And our food supply and other things are partly to blame, things that he's talked about. So there's these kernels of agreement with regard to the medical establishment and the public health establishment in particular. But then there's these other things like Caitlin was just talking about that they're not alternative views, they are false views. People often say, well, these are alternative views. They're not. People say, well, look, I think maybe vaccines could be linked to autism. Fair enough. That was an issue that came up, and it was studied in these large studies, global studies involving hundreds of thousands of kids who were followed for over a decade to see if there was in fact a link. Some of the studies actually showed that you were more likely to have autism if you were not vaccinated. But the point being that issues are raised, issues are studied, and yet they still keep coming up. And I think that's one of the big concerns. That's a metaphor, I think, for other things that people are concerned about with him.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta, thanks so much. Let's bring in our...
But no, you notice how did you peep how he said the kernels of truth, essentially? And the overwhelming amount of evidence that or things that he states are wrong, but there's like kernels of truth, which is what people are drawn to. No, you got our health industry, our healthcare system has done nothing positive for years, and people are struggling. People are not living healthy lifestyles, whether it be the food. There's some people that say that if you just change your whole diet up and actually stop eating ultra processed foods, and like there's certain foods that just aren't good for you that we're told are good for you. I'm going to be really excited to see what he does with this. And no one wants more of the same. And I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's going to do the best he can to make sure that we're healthy. He seems very passionate, and that RFK wants to do this. RFK seems passionate that he wants to do it. And I genuinely think that he will do a positive change. And I think all this negative like propaganda that's coming from obviously CNN and all the mainstream media publications, they're just trying to scare us into thinking that that it's going to get so bad. And like, what can he do? What else? What can he do to make it worse? People are already dying from cancer. People are already dying from all these chronic illnesses. People are already suffering. Why not try something else? Try something new and hope for the best. And if it doesn't work out, then we'll know that it didn't work out. And we'll try something new again, try a different angle. But the goal should be to make America as healthy as possible. And there was a time in our country where we were healthier than we are now. So there is a solution somewhere. But yeah, you know, CNN and Jake Tapper, homie, that guy just hates the truth. So he loves to run in circles and circular reasoning, move the goalposts, switch the angle of the conversation. He never wants to just be honest, it seems, in everything I've ever seen him. And the only thing I saw him honest in was when he was shook out of his mind that Kamala Harris hadn't done any better than Biden in certain counties. And he's like, not any? She didn't do better in any? That was the most honest I've ever seen him. And he meant that. He was shook to his core. But anyways, another highlight of the 2024 election night. That was a beautiful day. A beautiful day. But we have another video of other doctors with their opinions on the situation. And again, it's just hard to trust anyone on mainstream media these days. I literally just immediately look at you and go, you're lying. You're not telling the truth. But I'll let you guys take a chance to listen to her for yourself, and you have your own thoughts.
Dr. Patel, your first reaction.
Oh my God. I mean, those of us who have spent our like lifetime, kind of decades working in and around in HHS, I'm not kidding, Nicole, my texts are flying off the chain, both Democrats and Republicans saying, this can't be real. Someone must have gotten this wrong. This can't be possible. And now the second underlying chain, there's some silver linings. The second thought I had is, he can't get confirmed, can he? But I'm just listening to you talk about the DNI and all these other roles that require some sort of White House or confirmation or some combination. And here we are. It is really hard to believe. There are career staff texting me saying this was just the push they needed to try to get out. They were already on the fence and worried. We're not just going to see this incredible kind of integration of ideology that has no science behind it. But Nicole, we're going to see probably the best of the best career staff leaving these agencies potentially hollow that he would oversee.
Wait a second. Am I hearing this right? That the people that are working for these agencies are all going to want to leave because RFK has been appointed the head of the HSS. Wait, the people that haven't been doing anything to actually benefit the American people that are responsible for why we're still so unhealthy and not making positive changes to make us a healthy country, there are all these medical professionals that have been in there for years and years are all going to leave because RFK is there. Good riddance. Bye-bye. We want people that actually want to make America healthy. Like that, ain't nobody stressed or tripping about that, whoever this lady is. I'm happy. That actually brings joy to my heart. That maybe we'll get some new people, some fresh meat, some fresh blood, people that actually want to do something positive for the health of the American people. That's actually exciting to me. And here's the thing. He's not going to be the only person involved in making America healthy again. He's obviously going to appoint people under him, people that are probably more knowledgeable on certain aspects and certain things, maybe holistic doctors, who knows what he's going to do. And it's going to make America healthier again, healthier than we are now. And all the people that are in that, if anything, what you said deters me from the people that are currently in that place to stay there. I'd rather them leave because they have done nothing. We're still struggling. Nothing substantial, nothing that has actually caused a massive effect in America's health. So please, good riddance, goodbye. I don't care if it was Democrat or Republican. Bye. We want people that are actually going to make America healthy again, like we've been saying. And also, why are we actually surprised like Trump didn't say, it hasn't already been assumed that he was going to take this position. He's been wanting to make America healthy. That's been his whole angle. And when Trump brought him on, we all were saying, oh, thank God, I can't wait till he takes over the HHS or he becomes the beacon of health in America, the leader for the health movement in America. So this isn't surprising. Everyone acting like they're shocked. It's like everybody acting shocked that Trump said he was going to deport 20 million illegals. No, we all thought that he was talking about the criminals, even though they're all criminals because they cross the border. But we thought it was talking about the people that are like taking over apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado. No, he meant every person that illegally crossed the border is a criminal and they all need to be deported. That's what was stated. So don't try to switch up now. They're doing the same thing with this health HHS appointment. We all knew RFK was going to take this position. At least we assumed. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This was a lot of fun to go over, and I'm super excited for the future of America. Shout out to Trump. See you guys next time. Peace.